Hey, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Grapple here. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to the Building a Ranking series, where today we're taking on the bonus map from Black Ops 3, The Giant. Make sure to like and subscribe, join the journey. Past episodes, the playlist, the rules for our ranking here are all listed below in the description. Let's take on Reise version 3. Richtofen, what are you doing? Open the door now! Edward, open the door now! Goodbye, Dr. Maxis. Bro, honestly, right, there's a couple of cutscenes throughout Zombies that are so iconic. And to me, that's one of them, man. I remember when that was, what was it? It debuted, like, at Comic-Con or something, and it was just Richtofen shooting Richtofen in the head, and we were all like, what the fuck does that even mean? Alright, so welcome to The Giant. Your boy's a little sleepy. It is pretty early in the morning, but I wanted to sit down and record before I go to work. And this is going to be interesting, to say the least. We are sitting here now. Reise, for the longest time, was our #1 ranked map until we got through like a chunk of Black Ops 2. And I mean, we'll see. One of the things I really want to do is when it comes to like playing Zombies Chronicles, is I want to like do a quick game of like the original map. Like the idea that I had was to play like an example for this. I would play like Reise in World at War, get to round like 10 or something, then play Reise from Black Ops 1, get to round 10, just to kind of feel what the map was like and the gunplay. And then, you know, play the one that I was going to rank. And like, I'll get to it real quick in the video, but I just wanted to be able to compare it that way when it comes to remasters and things. But I decided not to do that for the Giant because I feel like the Giant being like it's not necessarily a remaster, it feels more like a reimagining. Like yes, the Giant is Reise, but it also really isn't, because it doesn't feel or play anything like Reise. I didn't play it prior, but I don't know. I also haven't played the Giant in a minute. Like, I played it here and there. It's definitely one of the maps that I go back to most often because it's so simple just to like hop right back in and whatever. But I mean, we'll see. Criteria for the map today: we got to get to round 30, which is going to be, I think it's going to be pretty easy on the Giant. We need to get the Wunderwaffe and see if I remember the Wunderwaffe playing pretty good, but from some of the videos I've watched between now and, you know, when the Giant came out, is people complaining about how the Wunderwaffe doesn't play the same way as it does in Zombies games prior. At that time, like, I didn't have the experience with the Wunderwaffe as much as I really do now, so we'll see. And then somebody commented on the Shadows of Evil video, like, for me it was yesterday. That fucking sucks. For me, that was yesterday when the Shadows video went up. But for you guys, it may have been like a week and change ago. But somebody commented like, hey, why don't you also get like the specialist weapons? You know that, because that's technically like a wonder weapon or wonder weapon adjacent. Why don't you add that to your criteria? And I really like that idea, because when we played Shadows, I got the sword specifically because I knew how, and I felt like that criteria made sense. So we're going to do that today. I've never done the, what's it called? The hide and seek Easter egg on the Giant. Because again, like I'm not an Easter egg guy. It's never been something that sticks out and like matters to me. We're going to do it now. We're going to learn. We're going to do it. From what I saw, it's super easy. And you get the Annihilator, which counts. When it comes to the Giant, though, I think one of the biggest cons to me, one of the biggest cons for the Giant for me, is the randomized perks. I think I mean, that's convenient for Jug to be there instead of where it usually is. But it's like the perk locations and all of Reise are just iconic. And I don't like how all of a sudden, you know, this is meant to be the side experience. So it's like a way for people to get more familiarized with zombies mechanics in Black Ops 3. So that I get, but I just, like, why change it? Mule is up there. We could just open up the catwalk, even though I really don't want to this early. I like being able to sit here, but that's the problem with the randomized perks, man. Like, if I knew a perk was over here, I wouldn't even bother. And I'm sure there's a way to see it. I just didn't bother. But that's just part of what I don't like. Otherwise, like, a lot of people complain about it. I think the snow and, like, the nighttime really does something for Reise. It definitely feels more, you know, because the art style between World at War to Black Ops 3 is so different. It definitely feels more like cartoonized Reise definitely feels like I don't even know if I would call it more realistic, but it's more gritty. So I think that in terms of like the comparison definitely hurts the Giant. But rather than looking at it as just a remaster, looking at it as like a mini reimagining or a slight reimagining, it's like, you know, I think I fuck with it. BRM, underappreciated. Definitely nice to see that it was used in like Dead Ops Arcade 2, for sure. But I mean, you know, when your competition is the Dingo for the best LMG in the game, like it's no fucking comparison. And we're good. The Giant is also easy as shit. Like, it's just setup is simple. It's a map you've played 100 times. The Black Ops 3 guns and just movement and gobble guns and engine make it easy as can be. You know, you really don't have anything to worry about on the Giant. Shit, hold on. Gotta lock in a little bit on round 10, because I'm just... God, it's just so smooth. And the guns sound so good. It's just so, like, audibly pleasing. The reload sound, the reload animation. Like, oh my god. Another dog round. See, that makes it easy, too. Like, dogs in this game are easy. Gunplay is easy. Like, Black Ops 3 really is the best of all. It's like that perfect sweet spot in the evolution of what zombies was. Because Black Ops 3 is just like, you know, go from World at War to Black Ops 1. It's like, all right, you know, the difficulties, it's a lot. So let's bring down the difficulty a little bit. We'll make some mechanics to help the player a little bit. And we'll focus more on testing ideas and continuing this proof of concept, right? Like, World at War proved that the concept of zombies is a great idea. Black Ops 1 is like, all right, well, what can we do with it? Let's play with the sandbox and do things. Black Ops 2 is like, all right, you know, we've done that now. Let's work on reinventing it a little bit. You know, let's do some weird stuff, like a big map with all these buildables and then skyscrapers that are falling apart, and then an alternate universe in World War I, you know? And it's that. It's just this constant evolution. Then you get to Black Ops 3, and they're like, all right, you know, let's make things a bit more complicated in terms of Easter eggs. Let's make the universe a bit more fantastical in this storyline that's going to move around. But let's make it easier so that way the barrier to entry is lower. You know, it's not necessarily like, oh man, I have to do these 25 things. It's like, well, yeah, but as you're learning, the game itself plays easier. Guns are stronger. You can add attachments to the guns. There's more options. There's so many more Easter eggs. There's things for the fan base. There's things for casual players. You know, Black Ops 3 is just, at least thus far, this perfect iteration of what zombies wanted to become. Oh, wow. Alright, well, I know this one is, like, in here. Right? No? Are there multiple spawns? I don't know. We are pretty good on points, so let's just do this. Oh, there it is. That's creepy as fuck. You know, like, but... why is he talking like that? There's two. We need to focus on surviving for a second. Oh, shit. No, no, no! Alright, there we go. See, it's just like I said, even with the 3-hit system, if you're careless, it's just everything falls apart quickly. Why are the last ones not running? Oh, it's next to the tube. Look over there. Oh, there it is.
The beacon is lit. I know where and when you are.
And then is it that easy? And then the Annihilator? Oh shit! Huh.
Grades without having to lay out so much dough.
We might hold on to the Haymaker. Haven't decided. I just want the ray gun because, you know, the ray gun's not great in Black Ops 3, but it looks really nice. Type shit. I don't remember which gun is our third one, so that might bite us in the ass if we go down. But We need to get out of here. You say to yourself, why didn't you just use your pack-a-punch gun? You had it. You swapped to the one that wasn't packed. I don't know, dude. I don't know. That's just what my brain said it wanted to do. So the Wonder... I love how she talks to me. Every game she remembers me. Is it almost time to just sit on the catwalk? I'm not a big fan of camping anymore. I think I said that a bit in like the Town video, because Town was like one of the big maps that I played when I was younger. And for Town, just sitting in the bar above there is just like the ideal place to sit. But I don't know, I used to be really good at camping, and that was my ideal way to play, and now, I mean, ever since probably like Black Ops 4, I've just decided like, you know, I don't want to. I need to spam the box. I need monkeys, and I want the dingo. And I think that's a really nice way to survive and go out on. Could we sit here and get to around 40 or 50? Probably. We might even fuck around and just say round 35, time depending. Because I do have to get ready for work at some point. But, I mean, for the most part, the Giant is simple and easy. Especially playing solo. Like, if you play co-op on any of these maps, it's just, things just get so elongated. But I'm also listening to your feedback. I got my buddy Matt, who, if you guys remember, was in the Reise video for World at War way back when, who is one of our editors. He's gonna join me for the, I think for Horizon Drac and Zetsubo. The ICR, also very good gun. Oh shit. Why am I still red? Why is it taking so long? Weevil again. You know what's funny is if I believe every time that we've played a version of Reise, the same issue has come where I've been sitting here and I wind up getting overrun, and that's how I go down. Black Ops 7 is coming, man, and how do I feel about it? So when it comes to like modern zombies, I'm not going to talk too much about it until we get to it, because I want to save my opinions really for then, except for with Reckoning coming out, because at the time of recording, Reckoning comes out in like 3 days. And it looks cool, for sure. I don't know if it'll wind up being the best map in Black Ops 6, because Shattered Veil is really good, and I know I'm in the minority, but I'm a big fan of the Tomb and Liberty Falls, because they're these simple experiences. We're gonna go sit on the catwalk if I'm gonna talk. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it too much until we get there, because that's when I'll go really in depth, except for the Reckoning. Stupid that they took out the because that map is coming out on Friday, so I am going to play it, and then I'll wind up posting a video about it on like Monday, and maybe like Black Ops 6 as a whole before we get to it in the series, because we won't get to it until like September, October. But Black Ops 7, how do I feel about it? I think we spoke about it a little bit in a prior video. The title's dumb. I think calling it Black Ops 7 is, it definitely negatively impacts the whole, like, Call of Duty fatigue. Like, I'm totally here for back-to-back Treyarch years. You know, that is things that we used to dream of back in the day. Of having, like, can you imagine if Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3 released year after year? The community would have just fucking exploded and never came back down. But calling it Black Ops 7, I think the title's bad. I think I talked about it before. Like, it should have definitely been called, like give it another subtitle. Like, you can call it Black Ops, but you had Cold War. Call it fucking... I think the idea that I had years ago was, like, call it Black Ops 2035. But that's when it takes place. I feel like that would have been a cooler title. To just be like, oh, wow. What does that mean? 2035, that's when it takes place. That's crazy. We're going into the future, you know? Like shit like that. That would have been great. But calling it Black Ops 7, I think, just makes it sound ridiculous. The fact that we're at 7 fucking just Black Ops games alone is insane. When a lot of us have been around since, you know, the first one. It's one of the few good... It's one of the really good things that, like, Cold War introduced is... I know that a lot of people hate on loadouts. But when there's a specific gun that I want to use and I can just spawn in with it... You know... I'm gonna... Dude. What the fuck? Sure. Where are we? There's another trap there. I just need jug. I need jug. I need jug. I need jug. I need jug. All right.
I got power in my veins.
What? Shit. I'm getting discombobulated. No! Really? Oh, okay. Okay, that's fucked. That's super fucked. I'm trying to run away and it puts me right back where I fucking was. Oh, that's fucked up, man. Definitely less useful than the Wonderwaff, that's for sure. Have to get out of the corner because that is the corner of death for me.
Surrounded.
And then we'll just do one of these. Takes like 3 to get a horde done. That's not great for ammo, but it's alright. We're not looking to get to round 100. We just have to survive to 35, and that's fine. Let's go. Oh shit! That was like the worst route to run. Oh, hi. Amazing. Alright, if it's a dog round, I'm not going to use Feeling Lucky. But if it's not a dog round, I will use it, just to see if we get a max. Because we could use one. It's been a while.
My mom always told me not to talk while chewing. She'd slap me.
2,600 points from a drop is crazy. And look at that. This is why the old point system is so good, because no matter what round you're on, you can still just recover and get whatever you want. It took us like a round and a half to get back to like 30,000 points. Modern Zombies could never. Carpenter, okay. This round definitely feels very long. And okay. What are you? Alright, who gives a shit? I'm not really using it. Oh, shit! Alright, and then a dog round. Wherever we want it to be. We'll do that, we'll get that perk free, and then we'll... and we'll call it a nice, easy, to the point, 35 rounds on the Giant. Nope, I did it again. Hitting the wrong button. Type shit, we're done. And so now it's just... What is it? And it's stamina up. Again, man, on a small map like the Giant, not necessarily the most useful thing in the world, but we're not going to complain. And with that, this nice little morning recording session is done. Let's rank some shit. Let's let them kill me first. Now, ooh, making a mess, man. Let's rank some shit. All right, so pretty easy map. Let's talk about the Giant. So pros and cons, right? Pro really is just regurgitating everything we've said about Black Ops 3 already, between the guns and the movement and the smoothness and the gameplay and the like little side Easter eggs, the gobble guns. All of those things already are a huge plus for the Giant. So we'll give it kudos for that. Pros, I think the gun play is just good. The Wonderwaff being what it is, it definitely is worse. I think the easiest thing to say across the board is that the Giant is worse than Reise, and that's not to say it is a bad map, because it's not. It definitely is one of the ones that belongs higher up on the scale. But I could see why people complain and say that it's boring or simplistic, and it's like, oh, we've seen it already. I get that, and it really is like a, it's the first like bad omen of what would be to come down the line of like, you know, Revelations being a bunch of maps stitched together, and then you get to Black Ops 4, and it's just a bunch of reimaginings and remakes and things. That I totally get, and how the writing was on the wall there. But I think at the time, the Giant coming out the way that it did, especially as the bonus map, is perfect. It's just like, oh, you know, you have Shadows is for the hardcores, and then the Giant is Reise again. So for the casuals who have played it already, or the nostalgia bait or whatever, it's the easy one to go to and pull on and use and do, and, you know. So I could totally see that. I could see how there's a lot of people that could put the Giant in S tier. I definitely won't. So I think a lot of the pros are just stuff we've already talked about with Reise. So then it's easier to get into the cons, right? The cons, from a gun perspective, the Wunderwaffe and the ray gun both are worse. The ray gun is on this like downward trajectory through Black Ops 4 already, and we know that. But the Wunderwaffe just feels, I don't know, it feels more like, I mean, given it's like a fake gun that shoots electricity bullets that ricochet and chain through zombies, but it just feels more cartoonized, you know, like World at War, Black Ops 1, the WAF felt almost real and plausible, and I mean, in this, it just feels a bit more cartoony. It definitely, the effect it has is better, you know, because it chains, but then it also stuns whatever's around it. But it's just, I guess, just the aesthetic is what really brings it down for me. The sound effects sound very similar, so I think that's fine, the way that she loves to talk to me and whisper in my ear. But I think it's just the looks that I don't like a lot. But then the ray gun, like, color palette, I think is the best that it is really ever. Maybe until you get to, like, Cold War. It's the best that it is in Black Ops 3. And then just, like, I don't know, man, it's Reise again. And, I mean, our Black Ops 1 Reise is S tier. And it was one of the best maps for most of this series thus far. But it doesn't feel the same, you know? It's in the snow, at night, even though I think the other two are at night too. Just, you know, it's the aesthetic that really brings it down, because it plays well with the Black Ops 3 mechanics and the infinite slide and the gun selection or whatever. We couldn't even see the fucking dingo in the box, but that's besides the point. That's more the box luck versus the fucking map itself. But it's fine. It's solid. I would say the Giant, what is the closest thing I could say? The Giant feels like the town. The Giant is to Black Ops 3 what Town is to Black Ops 2. It's solid. It's easy. You could hop in. We got to around 35 in 45 minutes. It's a nice, easy thing for you to sit down, especially with friends, and just be like, yeah, you know, let's fuck around and do something. It's like, you want to play Reise, but you want to play it smoother and with gobblegums to make it easier for your friends. I would still rather play either of the other ones, I think. I'd play World at War for the aesthetic and just the ambiance and the atmosphere, and I would play Reise for the smoothness and classic zombies gameplay. But the Giant is solid. It's just, it doesn't do anything to improve Reise. I think just the snow and kind of the aesthetic and color palette brings it down just a little bit, even though it is more vibrant. It's just, it doesn't do anything good. I'm talking myself in circles because it doesn't do anything different. And it wasn't supposed to, but when it comes to ranking and comparing it, it has to. You see the crossroad that we're at? For a new map, as the extra map for the season pass, it doesn't have to do anything different because it's already a remake of one of the best maps of all time. However, when it comes to our list, the fact that it doesn't do a whole lot or reinvent or do anything really to improve, I can't rank you super high. It's solid, definitely, but I can't put you real high up there. So where are we going to put it? Let's see. Is it an F tier? Definitely not. Definitely not a D or a C tier. I definitely think it's higher than a B tier. I think I'd rather play the Giant than Ascension because it's not even that there's more to do, but it's just like, it's simple in terms of survival, but it's Black Ops 3, so there's more to do regardless when it comes to the guns and the little side stuff. So, even though there's less to do, I'd rather play it because of the convenience of smoothness and gobblegums and gun selection. So I'd put it above Ascension, even though Ascension has a bit more character to it. Shangri-La, I'd rather play the Giant. 5, probably the Giant, because 5 can be really annoying. Kino, I'd rather play the Giant. I'd rather play Buried, though. So we'll put the Giant right there. We'll put it in the A tier behind Buried and the other two versions of Reise. It is the worst version of Reise, but it is not a bad map. It just doesn't do enough to really push the envelope and do anything different. And with that, I think it's fine. folks, thanks for watching. You know I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your comments. I make sure to read, react, reply to your comments. I make sure to take your pointers and advice and just ideas and wants, and I put them in the video. Some guy whose username I can't remember, so I do apologize. He said, you should go for the specialist weapons, and you know what? Damn it, that's what we're going to do. Somebody said a couple weeks ago, how about some more co-op gameplay? Matt will be with us in the next video. I pay attention. I appreciate you guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Tell your friends. Join the journey. We are grinding through Black Ops 3. We still have a good, 12 fucking videos, 12 maps still to do. So we're going to be in Black Ops 3 for a while. Coming up next, I think we're going to do a little bonus one. I'm not going to dedicate a regular posting for it, but we're going to play Nightmares. I don't know if I'm going to play that next or it's going to be the last thing that we do as just a little bonus extra, because Nightmares, it has zombies, even though it's not a map. So it's kind of it'll be the first thing that we can't necessarily rank. We just have to be kind of I wanted to do Grief for Black Ops 2, but it's just I couldn't coordinate with my buddies. Okay, all that rambling to say, up next is the Rise and Drac. Hopefully, probably, almost definitively with Matt for some co-op gameplay. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.